Rob, what a collection of footballers and managers behind you here in Croke Park. It's a lovely morning to be here. It's December, but it's a lovely morning and great to have you involved again.
Yeah, look, we're absolutely delighted. Been involved since 2017, and as you said, we're blessed with the weather this morning. You wouldn't think it was December here in Croke Park. So yeah, absolutely delighted.
8 years, that's incredible. And the big screen has it up there, hashtag first class rivals. I mean, you're part of the furniture now.
We certainly are. I mean, first class rivals, it's a really good campaign. I think it probably encompasses what HEC is all about. And, you know, rivals coming together, traditional rivals, county rivals coming together to play for their college teams. So it's a really unique competition that we're delighted to be part of.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I'm talking to the lads this morning, and some of them, even last week we did a game and there was lads from the same club playing against each other, you know, so there's a lovely spirit at that level. Now they're competitive, but it sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, it really does. And I mean, you know, we did some creative out of home last year where we kind of showcased those rivals coming together. And there's just a great spirit. You know, there's alliances that are being formed that, as we said, wouldn't normally exist in the format. I think, you know, for the overall competition, bringing the new rules, the new football rules coming in this year is going to bring another string to the bow of what is already a really exciting competition.
And what are your thoughts about the championships after Christmas then and being involved, and what is it going to do for you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really important for us. You know, Electric Ireland serves over 1 million customers right around the island of Ireland. And it's, so, you know, having a competition like this and being able to actually reach out and be part of kind of the GAA in local communities and right up to a national level is really important for us.
Rob, what
Welcome to Maynooth, and despite the weather forecast, it is a very pleasant and cool evening here on the university campus, and it's nice to be able to say we are on a university campus. There's no rain, thankfully, at the minute, and hopefully won't arrive. And the pitch is in good nick. Had an inspection this afternoon. Past that, might be a wee bit soft around the middle there, but other than that, it looks absolutely great. And there's a bit of a breeze, but not really much to talk about. The flags beside us here aren't moving. But one big bit of news I need to give you before we start. The Armagh star Aaron O'Neill from Crossmaglen is not starting for DKIT. He scored 1-2 against the TUS Midlands the last day. It was a big win for them, but obviously he's got Armagh commitments, and I don't want to go into it and say because I don't exactly know, but the fact is he's not here. So that's a big blow for DKIT in this very important Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup match for them. They're also one other late change, Daniel Ochoa, is not playing. So the two Butterley brothers are in, and that's not easy to say, especially when one of them's called Bobby. So Bobby Butterley, number 29, and Harry Butterley, number 25. I'm doing okay with those Butterleys, and they're from Staban and Parnells. That's a lot of P's and B's in there, but yeah, they are in. So that's two late changes for DKIT. We'll go through the teams in a minute, but first of all, I want to bring in Sean Leach, who has played for Maynooth in this year's competition, was injured the first day, and a very good win up at St Mary's in Belfast. They lost in Send to UCD, but they are here now, and it's Last Chance Saloon. This is knockout football here, and Sean, I know you'd love to be out there in the teal green jerseys of Maynooth on your home pitch here, but looking forward to a great game, and conditions perfect.
Yeah, definitely. After the forecast, we were expecting a much softer pitch than what we have here today, but as you said, there's not much of a breeze, so it should be an entertaining game of football here today, and looking forward to watching it. Obviously disappointed not to be involved, but yeah, definitely looking forward to this game here today. And
here, big blow for DKIT, Aaron O'Neill, but that's a boost for Maynooth, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously scoring 1-2 last week, they'll be disappointed to miss out on him. I suppose on the other side, Maynooth have gained back Owen Frayne, Mead captain, so there's a big boost for Maynooth while it's a
back from injury,
yeah, with Summerhill there during the Leinster campaign, so he's big boost for Maynooth, and unfortunately a big blow for DKIT now tonight.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's go to the teams then, because there's a lot of team news to give you, and you might have seen these teams before, so we'll go to those, and we will start it with Maynooth and Aidan Minnock, Offaly man, who's in there with George. Is it Daigan or Diggin?
Daignan.
Daignan?
Yeah, Daignan.
Oh, Daignan.
Yeah.
Daignan. Of course, that's an Offaly name, yeah. And they've a Kildare man in there as well, Johnny Daniels from Salons as well. But the team, Cian Burke from Clane and Kildare, Rob Fitzgerald from Naas, Kildare. 3, Ryan Burke from Cara, Kildare. 4, Brian O'Halloran, he's Meath. A lot of inter-county men here, a lot of men who would play regularly for their counties, like 5, Dan, is it Scahill or Scahill?
Scahill. Yeah,
Scahill from Shandonna. Yeah, he's with Meath. James Harris is from Castle Mitchell, Kildare. Kieran Daly is from Coralstown, Kinnegad, that's West Meath. Midfield, you have 2 Dunshaughlin boys, Charlie O'Connor and Conor Gray, and Conor Duke at 10 there, all from that one Meath club. 11, Aaron Brown from Selbridge. 12, Luke Killian from Sallins. 13 is Owen Cully from Carberry in Kildare, scored 1-7 against UCD from play. And Owen Frean, as Sean says, he's the captain and he is back. He's from Summerhill and indeed would have won the Meath Championship, the senior championship with them last year, so that's good for them. And there was 1 dub. Dara Finn from Garristown is in there, and DKIT have 1 dub as well. So is that more or less their strongest looking team?
Yeah, look, from the available players we have, we obviously have Rory Kinsella.
Apart from you, sorry. I just realised.
Rory Kinsella, I suppose, he was an All-Star nominee there last year. He's out with an injury, but other than that, the strongest team we have. So
strongest team available.
Yeah. So it's looking good for Maynooth there, definitely.
Okay, and home advantage as well. Let's go on to DKIT then, managed, as I say, by Eamon McEnany, Monaghan legend, although he was bemoaning the fact a minute ago that he said he was losing players to counties, and he was obviously referring to Aaron O'Neill. Very disappointing on a big Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup round 3 game like this that has happened, but I don't know the exact facts, but he's not here. Cian Mulligan and goals from Latin and Monaghan. Scored 1-2 against TUS Midlands, including a 45 that went straight to the net. 2, Conor Clark, 4th year. He's from Dreadnoughts and Louth. Cormac McKeown, St Joseph's and Louth. Craig Callanan, number 4, he's Louth as well. 5, Oisin McGorman from Latin, same as the goalkeeper. And I think there's 1 more from Latin as well, maybe in the subs. No, Ryan Duffy, number 6. So 5, 6, and the goalkeeper, all from that one club in Monaghan. And then, as I say, Daniel is not in there. Bobby Butterley is in. At midfield, 2 Monaghan and Armagh lads, Jason Duffy from Auchnamullin and Pierce Blessing from Crossmaglen. He'll be missing his club partner, though, Aaron O'Neill, at number 11. So he's out and replaced by Harry Butterley, wearing 25. John Joe Hughes is from Derrynoose, another from South Armagh. 12, Adam McKeown from Maracloon, that's Monaghan. 13 is Kieran McCardle, St Bride's and Louth. 14 is their captain, Stephen Mooney from Cremartin in Monaghan. So both captains wearing 14. And 15 is Niall McKenna from Emmyville. And interestingly, Sean, you were telling me that Kieran McCardle 13 and Niall McKenna 15, both ex-Maynooth. Yeah,
ex-Maynooth men, so they'll be looking to get one over Maynooth lads. And I suppose, on the other hand, Maynooth will be saying you should have came back here. So there'll be a bit of rivalry out there today, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Well, the hashtag is first class rivals, so that probably applies to those 2 boys. They've 1 dub as well, DKIT and the subs. Kieran Shields from Donabate. Apart from that, a lot of lads from Louth, obviously. Monaghan, there's another there from Maracloon. 18 is Aaron Kennedy. And then you have the likes of Kieran Quinn, 22 is from Screen in Meath. And who else can I pick out? There's another Maracloon. That's Cian Duffy wearing 28. And Tag McDonald is from RD. So 2 games tonight and 2 games tomorrow night. And the other game tonight is University of Galway at home to MTU Kerry. So that started at 7 o'clock actually, so I should be getting you an update from that. And then tomorrow night, it's Ulster University against Queen's at 7:30 up in Jordanstown. We will be streaming that one as well. And ATU Galway v DCU, that a bit earlier at 6 o'clock. So the 4 winners will go through, and they will be paired with the other 4 teams here already in the quarterfinals. That's UL, TUD, UCC and UCD. That draw to be made later in the week. So at the moment we have 12 teams still left, and after tonight we will be down to 10. DKIT up and coming. They won the Trench Cup last year at the 3rd time of asking down in Kerry last year, and fully deserved that, and that got them up to Sigerson, and they've already secured Sigerson for themselves for next year because they won the last day, so that's a bit of relief for them. So the shackles are off, they can relax and see what they can do here tonight. It's sort of bonus territory in a way. And the other thing to mention, of course, Sean, Maynooth have won the Sigerson Cup once, and it was exactly 50 years ago. You're looking at me perplexed. I know it's before your time. But they won the Sigerson as St Patrick's College, of course. I don't know, were they all priests? I think, or maybe
I think so, yeah. Back then they probably would have been, yeah.
And there's something on the sleeve this year on the jersey to commemorate that as well. They actually beat UCD in the final, and it was played in Croke Park, would you believe? So that's the history of this. Last couple of years they've come close, Maynooth. They lost in 2024 in the semi-finals to Ulster University, and they lost last year in the quarter-finals to Ulster University. But they're up and coming. They've had fresher success, senior league success, and a lot of good work. And tonight is a big night for them at this level. To get through here would be huge for them, Sean, yeah?
Definitely, yeah. Look, always trying to improve on the year previous, so we'll be looking to get through this, hopefully, and push on then. And maybe match our 2024 or even better now this year. So we'll see how tonight goes. This won't be an easy game for Maynooth now. DKIT probably have nothing to lose, so
the big lads go for it, and the number 8 is Charlie O'Connor going for it, and he gets the knockdown. And the referee who threw it up, by the way, there, Ian Howley, who no harm doing, but he is dwarfed a little bit there by the two big lads in the middle. That's Ian Howley, he's a dub. And the fourth official is Henry Barrett from Kildare. And on the line, you have Alan Coyne from Westmeath and Lee Moore from Kildare. So down into the left corner. And a chance here for Maynooth right away in their teal green jerseys. And has he got that over the bar? I think he has. And there is the first score of the game right away. And there's always pitch darkness behind the goals down on that far side here at this campus. And I'm looking who got that. It was 15, Dara Flynn.
I just noticed a bit of a mix-up in numbers. That's Owen Cully there, I think, number that scored at that point there. So
right, so they have obviously mixed up the jerseys. So Cully is 15 maybe, and Dara Finn is 13.
Yep.
Right. Okay, got it. So that was Owen Cully. He did score 1-7 against UCD, even though they lost that day. So no surprise there. And it was all from play that day as well. So he gets the first score. And just to be clear, it's Dara Finn, the dub from Garristown, wearing 13, not 15. Glad you're here, Sean.
I think there's actually another mix-up. That's Owen Friend, number 13, I believe.
Okay, there he did give me numbers earlier on a bit mixed up. But look, let's follow the play, because there's another score, and it's the first kick score of the game, and really well taken as well. And I'm not going to go quickly in and say who scored that one, because I can't quite see the number from here, but also it might be wrong. So I'll ask you, Sean, who got that one?
Jimmy Harris, I believe, number 6.
Oh, James Harris, yeah, Jimmy. All right, okay. So 2-0 already, but a chance here for DKIT to get a score. Niall McKenna from Emmyville here, and is he going to be kept out by Rob Fitz? He is. And that was really good defending there coming back, because he looked like he was going to get through and maybe try and fist it over, but that was good defending by the man from Naas in Kildare. So the kick out will be from Cian Burke from Clean. So 2-0. So just to be clear, were you saying Owen Frayne's wearing 14 or not wearing 14?
Owen Frayne.
The one you were giving me a minute ago about the... So you've given me Owen Cully's 15, Dara Finn is 13. Was there another one you said maybe is mixed up a wee bit for Maynooth? I'll let you work that out. I'll go on with the play. That's a good ball into the forwards for DKIT, and it's the same man again. It's Niall McKenna again, but Fitz again gets in there, and he gets in again and wins that free. More good defending by him, and Maynooth looking to move it as quickly as possible, and they do, and they get it down to Aaron Brown. And now this is Connor Duke, one of the Dunshaughlin boys, and he's through here with a goal chance, but he settles for his point. But a really good move again, and 3 up, and a great start for Maynooth. There's a replay of it. Aaron Brown giving it inside, and Duke just a bit of a sight of goal, but maybe took the right option. Right from the goalkeeper, Cian Mulligan then from DKIT. And he chips that into the arms of Ryan Duffy. And the whistle goes for the mark, but of course he doesn't have to take it. And he doesn't. He just gets on with it. Still going Duffy from the Latin club in Monaghan. 3 from that club, remember. And 3 from Dunshaughlin on the other side. That's Oisin McGorman. He's from Latin as well, giving it back out to Blessing. I just wonder, you know, if losing Aaron O'Neill was a blow to sort of the morale of the team. You know, I mean, coming into this game, I mean, you lose your star player, at least one of your star players. I mean, what does it do for you when you arrive at a game like this, for a huge game like this, and you don't have them? It must have an effect, Sean.
Definitely, yeah. Look, when you're... Obviously, there's no short of the pedigree in that family. You know what his 2 brothers can do, and he was involved in the McKenna Cup there with Armagh as well, so he's a big loss for them. And coming today, without him, well, obviously the morale will be small bit down. But look, the lads came in, they have a point to prove, and hopefully they will.
Yeah, well, that one has gone wide, but has been brought back for an area infringement, so it is a free.
Yeah, just on the Maynooth inside line, so it's Owen Cully is 15, Dara Finn is 14, and Owen Frayne is 13.
Right. So Dara, let me just get that again. So Dara Finn is 14, Frayne
13.
is 13, and Cully's 15. Right, thanks for that. Half-time I'm getting from Dangan, and it's University of Galway 1-5, Kerry not 7. That's MTU Kerry. Now that's not confirmed. That's coming in the live chat there. And thank you whoever sent that in. And if it's right, I really appreciate it. And we'll try and keep up to date and indeed totally confirm that one. I'm not doubting your word, but haven't got it officially, shall we say. But that would mean it's very, very close, just a point in it in that game. And it will be finished before this one. So half-time there. But a chance now for Jimmy Harris from Castle Mitchell in Kildare, and he gives it straight forward to 13, and that is Owen Frayne, the captain, fit again, and a big plus for Maynooth, and that was Des Ardan Scahill was right the first time. So DKIT sitting in here, well I say sitting in, yeah, they've 3 up the field of course with the current rules. I thought for a moment there they'd 4 up, which would be a bit unusual, but they don't. But just trying to get as many players back, and they'll be glad that you just haven't conceded in the last few minutes after the start that they made. And the goalkeeper coming out is Cian Mulligan. His brother Luke plays for Dundalk FC. Now, where's he going to go with this one? He goes short. Oh, but hold on, it's been intercepted, and there's a big chance here for Maynooth to punish them, and he does punish. 6 minutes into the game, and it's a goal, and it's, what do I say, who got it?
Cully.
It's Cully, of course it's Cully. 1-7 against UCD from play, and he capitalised there from that, trying to get the kick out right over to the side there, and he buried it. That's a man on form. Great score for them, and what a start for your boys.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I noticed there maybe it could have been Keane's weaker foot he kicked that out on, so be interesting to see. There's another one there from Moot now again, so
yeah, they've got it again. They're all at DKIT, and Maynooth have started beautifully, and they've started with a second goal. 2 goals in a minute. What a start for Maynooth. That is 9 points clear already, and it's the number 10, Connor Duke from the Dunshaughlin Club in Meath, and it's all too easy for Maynooth. They won't mind that at all, but DKIT are all over the place.
yeah, dream start for Maynooth there. They seem to be pushing up in the kick out, so they're getting joy off that, so I'm assuming they're going to keep doing that for the duration of this half anyway.
Exactly, yeah, and they are pressing, and you know there's a delay here in the kickouts. They don't seem to know where to go, and he's gone for that one right over to the corner again, and he's got it, but it had to be really, really precise, and it was. But what a blow for them, losing Aaron O'Neill in 2 blows now with 2 goals in the last few minutes as well for DKIT, and even at this early stage it's hard to see them coming back from this, you know. But they have it now. They have it a few attacks, but they just haven't got a score and don't seem to have settled. And they had 1 wide, and that's a strong run through. I think it's Connor Clark, and he is fouled. So there's an opportunity here up the middle. There's a bit of a breeze, but I don't think it'll be helping him. It's more coming across the field, but it is a chance, at least for their captain Stephen Mooney, to steady the ship a little bit. He got 4 frees against TUS Midlands and 5 in total. Captain of the team from Carmarthen in Monaghan, and he needs to give them a bit of leadership here and put this over. Now the breeze has picked up a little bit. I'd say he'd need to aim to the post nearest us. He's got plenty of height on it, but has he got it? I'm not sure. I think it is just inside the post, and it is. Relief after 8 minutes for DKIT from their captain putting that over the bar, so at least that's something for them. Now the breeze is really picking up actually, and as I say, it's coming up behind me here, so it's going to cross the pitch. So this kick here, not affected though by it. He just bombs it up the middle, and on the break it's well taken by Craig Callanan. This is Kieran McCardle. This is better. This is Niall McKenna, and they might get through even here for a goal chance, and it's McCardle again, and he could really do with this, and he puts it over the bar rather than under, and it looked almost easier, but he was getting a lot of attention there and just couldn't get free. But it's their first score from play. Let's have another look at it, Sean. That was dangerous from a DKIT point of view, wasn't it?
Yeah, it came from the break of the kick out there. Dundalk got in behind, underneath the break nicely there, and that first score might have settled them now a small bit, and they might get back into this game now.
Yeah, I might have been premature saying that it's not looking good for them at this point, because that's a good response from them, and they get 2 points on the board, but still 7 points in it. And I suppose in the modern game, You never know with the 2-pointers. Do you like a 2-pointer yourself, Sean?
I suppose I wouldn't be a big 2-point kicker now myself. I'd be more nice, easy scores myself. But Maynooth have a nice few good kickers, and here's one of them here, Aaron Brown.
Absolutely, they've got a few, and they've one on the bench as well. I'll talk about that in a second. He's going for it. He's trying to curl that in. I don't think it's coming in. It's not. Yeah, Harry Plunkett.
Yeah, Harry Plunkett. Yeah, he came in for us there the first day against Queens and or against Mary's, and he kicked 5. So he's in with Offaly again this year. So
hold on, you've got it again, and there might be another goal chance here for Maynooth. They've 2 goals already, and this is a chance of a third. Oh, and it hasn't gone in. How did that not go in? That looked really, and he's put it wide. It doesn't even get a touch on it. Well, that was a huge chance for them there, and it was the centre half forward Aaron Brown who you were telling me about, and really that should have been in the net. He's fed by the number 13 Frian, and he went for the power into the far corner and just missed it. I was going to tell you about Harry Plunkett. Another thing, last year in the Offaly senior final for Tullamore, he scored 3 2-pointers and more or less won the game by the sounds of it from what I hear. So he's a good man to have on the bench to come in.
Yeah, definitely. He's a good impact sub there, and he's a great kicker of the ball.
But really, that should have been on target there, shouldn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Aaron will be disappointed with that one now. He's usually fairly accurate, especially that close to goal.
Yeah, but really worrying again for DKIT that they're getting through that easily.
Yeah, speaking to a few lads from TUS Midlands there last week, they were saying that DKIT coughed up a lot of goal chances for themselves, and if they took it, it could have been a different story. So might be something they have to look at here for this game.
And I know your boys lost to, is he getting in behind there? He is. No, he's gone out of play. Against UCD, I mean, but there was no shame in it. You were well ahead in that game at one point. It was a bit topsy-turvy and you got caught at the end. But, like, they're a really good team and you sort of took them to the wire. Yeah,
I suppose we went tit for tat for them for a long time, and we got 5 points ahead and they just chipped away in the scores. And they got the better of us in the end.
But what I'm saying is there's not the sort of a defeat that would deflated you.
Oh, definitely
all,
not.
You know?
No. We took great positives from it, just a few mistakes. If we cleaned that up today, that's what we discussed, and hopefully that's what we'll do now today.
But that's sort of how it's panning out here so far. 2-3 to 2 points, and could well have had a goal added to that. Mind you, DKIT could have had a goal a minute ago themselves. This is their captain Mooney, and does well to get on that right foot and pops it over. And that's much better from them 12 minutes into the game, and a nice move. And he obviously is one of their key men, a little sort of move from the left to the right there. And 3 points, 2 for him. 1 from a free and 1 from play. Now, this fella's a good player, Fitz, I can tell. Gets it from his goalkeeper as Maynooth move it up. And this is Luke Killian from Salins. Plays it down into the right side of the attack, and Conor Gray is there. And there's no pressure on them at all here. This is the man who got one of the goals, Conor Duke. And they're doing the patient approach here, and I think that's Harris, is it again there? Yeah, number 6, I think. Way over on the far side. I can't tell the numbers when they're that far away, but they're just passing it around here and trying to stretch DKIT. They've done that already once or twice, although they're probably better on the transition rather than this sort of situation here. They found a lot of space. Thought about it, Brown there, and then thought better off it and gives it back to Duke. And he jukes inside and might get a score here. No, leaves it off again, and now it is Brown. He will take it on this time. Well, he missed with a goal, but I think that was over the bar, and it was a really good point. And from a DKIT point of view, and I know, Sean, you're in Maynooth, from their point of view, there was no pressure applied at all there, and the players were able to just pass it around.
Yeah, DKIT seem to be sitting back, kind of defending their D, but I suppose they kind of have to try and get a few hands on here and maybe put a bit of pressure on the Maynooth lads, and they can't be getting free shots off like that, or it won't be a good day for them. Yeah,
they need to up their game a little bit. Now, a lot of problems have come from these kickouts. What about this one? Well, he goes long this time with it. That's maybe been the instruction from the sideline. Just get it out there and no mistakes like the one that led to the first goal. So just get it up the field, I guess. A little bit of a hold up when the referee waits for everything to be ready. 14 minutes gone now. I'm just checking on the live chat on YouTube, and everything seems to be okay there. So I hope everybody's enjoying the coverage of this game. As I say, a very pleasant evening for January after the weather that we had earlier today and last night. We can't complain at all. Kieran McCardle is 13 from St Bride's in Louth. And he's gone through the middle, and they do tend to do that a lot. Now he needs support, and he gets it. That's Butterly coming out to Mooney. Now he is their playmaker and their chief score taker, but this is better from them as they move around. But they need a bit of width themselves, and they need to stretch Maynooth, and they're just not able to do that at the minute. This is Oisin McGorman. Now they're looking for a bit of space. They're looking for a few runs. There's a lot of men near goal, but there's not much movement there. In fact, the number 8 is even in there, Jason Duffy. He's right on the edge of the square. But they're looking like they're not going to bomb it in there. They're trying to work it in, and there's nobody really making a move for him. So he doesn't have many options here. Now he tries a little pop pass, and he does get through actually here, and it's McGorman, I think, and they might get a score at the end of it, and I think he has, and that was really well worked, because as I say, there wasn't really much on other than that. Strange tactically what they're doing, and those lads all been sitting in there, do you think?
Yeah, I suppose maybe they're trying to create one-on-ones out the field. They're
for
probably
a bit of space, yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably not doing it was a good patient score there and a good finish there in the end.
It was indeed. So 4 points to 2-4, so just the 2 goals in it. But the threat is there of another goal all the time. Now, that was number 8, I think, Charlie O'Connor. He's a big fella, isn't he?
Yeah, the 2 big men in the midfield, the 2 lads from Dunshaughlin there, and they'll know each other well from playing with the club. So,
what are they feeding them up there in Dunshaughlin?
I don't know.
Giants up there, absolutely. And this is Aaron Brown from Selbridge on the replay there, as we see. But DKIT seemed to have settled a wee bit. They survived that 3rd goal chance, which I think could have been really crucial, but even just morale-wise, never mind on the scoreline. But they have settled a little bit, and they haven't conceded a goal after those 2 in a minute or 2. And they've got a point or 2 back themselves. So 6 in it after the first quarter, and not out of it, which it kind of looked like it might turn out. They were 9 points down at one stage. 9-0 down, actually. But now they have it. Oh, but they've given it away again. That's too easy again, and it's Connor Duke, and he can finish from distance. And there's the runner off the shoulder, and he's put it left and wide, Jimmy Harris, but the referee's going to bring it back for a free, which is actually in a decent position. So, it was worth having a go there, and at least it'll come back, and they could maybe score from this one as well.
Yeah, just something to notice there as well. The wind has probably picked up a small bit, and it probably is favouring Maynooth a small bit, so that will give DKIT a bit of hope then as well, that they're playing with the wind in the second half.
I have to say that doesn't feel, from the games I've seen in the Sigerson in the last few weeks, there isn't a real intensity about the game, I have to say, as that one goes over and it's 2-5. But look, you have to win in whatever the game is on the night. But I imagine it'll be intense tomorrow night up in Belfast. Yeah,
big local rivalry up there, so there'll be no love lost up there now tomorrow night, I don't think.
They all live together in the same area, all the students in Belfast. It's called the Holy Lands, and they're calling it Bel Classico, not El Classico, the Belfast Classico, so yeah, it should be good tomorrow night, and as I say, we'll be live streaming that one. And this is an interesting game here, certainly, as I say, maybe not quite the intensity, and the crowd maybe not quite as animated as we might find tomorrow night in the game up in Jordanstown, but maybe that's because it's been a bit one-sided so far, and it's mainly a Maynooth crowd here.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it's a bit of a drive for DKIT, but hopefully if the game gets a bit closer, the crowd will play to that as well.
Well, DKIT showing signs here that they're getting into their groove a little bit. This is Mooney again. Now, I was going to say he wants to get on the right, but he goes on the left, and puts it wide. And as I say, they're going through the middle quite a lot, aren't they? They don't seem to have much width in their attacks. Yeah,
they seem to have a lot of depth, but they're probably lacking a bit on width at the moment. So
maybe that's partly because they're missing Aaron O'Neill there in the attack. Maybe he would be the central to them,
Yeah, he'd be a big, strong runner there. So missing that is...
Yeah, so you have to sort of adjust your tactics when you lose your main man. I mean, I feel for them, It's a tough one. But if they can stay in the game here now, they're 7 down, but if they can stay in it for the next 10 minutes or so and maybe grab a couple of points here, they can sort of regroup and give it a real lash in the second half. But it's a big ask for them to come into Maynooth's backyard here, but, it was Maynooth who got the home advantage. And this is Mooney again, and that's great play from him, and it just leaves it off to Ryan Duffy, and as he put that over, he has. That's a good score. And Mooney's starting to pull the strings, isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of ball is going through Mooney now, so it looks like he's going to be their main playmaker for today. So Maynooth might have to tighten up on him a small bit if they want to get a grasp on him.
So 2 Monaghan men there. Ryan Duffy from Latin, Mooney from Cromartin. Now the kick out. Mooney involved there as he tried to press a little bit and prevent the short one, and they succeed in doing that, but it's gone all the way over the top. They misjudged that one, and it's Conor Duke again, but he just calmly waits for a bit of support and gets it back to Conor Gray. And over now to Luke Killian. And there's a rugby ball on the pitch. There's a game being played beside us here. That's removed, but the ball is way over the far side, and that's looking like it's going way right and going out of play. It has indeed down that end. So 20 minutes gone then, 2-5 to 5. If I'd given you this, Sean, as a Maynooth man at the start of the game, would you have taken that 6 up?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, any advantage you can get is a good one. So we'll be happy with that after 20 minutes of play here.
But if I added another question to that and said, when you were 9-0 up, would you now be happy being 6 up after 20 minutes?
I suppose, yeah. DKIT probably got a bit of a purple patch there, so hopefully we can weather that, and that's the end of that, and we can get a few more scores on the board here now.
And they get it again, and it's that kick out that they have won so much ball from, and they have punished DKIT at the back. I think it's Brian O'Halloran up there, the number 4, the Meath man for Maynooth, and now they get it back to Conor Gray. Yeah, DKIT have had issues from the kick outs, so have either been punished or just not got possession. So they haven't had many attacks since Maynooth have had the lion's share of possession, and they seem to have men running at will here. And this is Owen Frean, the captain, number 13, coming over from distance now. That's a mighty effort. That could be a 2-pointer. I imagine that was outside, and I imagine it, and indeed the signal goes up, and that's a super effort, a 2-pointer. And you mentioned the breeze there, Sean. Maybe he used that there.
Yeah, Charlie O'Connor, he kicked 3 points actually last week against UCD, so his kicking boots have been on the last few weeks, so he'd be happy with that one. And that one there was a great score.
Absolutely. I'm hearing now Galway, University of Galway 210, MTU Kerry 08. So it's a good lead now for University of Galway. So it looks like they're going into the quarterfinals, barring a dramatic finish. Well, there's still actually maybe a good bit left in that game, so it might be a bit premature to say that, but that's an update there, and I think it's Fergal Manning who put that in, so thank you for that. Kick out again is won by Maynooth on the break, and it's Dara Finn, the number 14, who was on it, and it could be a score here at the end of it, and there is. And well, you mentioned a purple patch. Now it's Maynooth here having another one of those, and it's the big fella, the midfielder Charlie O'Connor, who puts it over, and it's beginning to look a little bit ominous again for DKIT, because it's now a 10-point lead.
I think it was Conor Gray with that last score there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah. The 2 big lads, I got them mixed up, the 2 boys from Dunshaughlin, so Conor Gray. Well, I thought it was 8, was 9, was it? Or have they mixed up jerseys?
Oh, they're
now?
mixed up as well.
Oh, you're
yeah,
joking.
Yeah.
You know, before the game, I was saying to you, this sort of thing can happen, but I didn't think it would. But sometimes you get midfielders just lifting their own jerseys. So it's Conor Gray's wearing 8 and Charlie O'Connor's wearing 9.
Yeah, they're not making it easy for us today, Jerome.
Well, no, but I thank goodness you're here. At least, otherwise I'd be giving that wrong all night. It's difficult to do. That's a good block, but it's going to be a free in for DKIT, and boy, did they need that. The clock is a countdown clock on the far side, as you see. So 7 minutes to go in this game, but DKIT 3 in the last few minutes, a 2-pointer, and then the single as well. So they really need to steady themselves a little bit here. 2-9 to 5. 15 plays 5. Probably going to 6 now with Stephen Mooney. And is still 6 or 7 minutes left in this half, but Maynooth bossing this game. And they just, you know what, Sean, it feels like they can up it at any minute and they can get a goal or a 2-pointer from somewhere. You know, it doesn't feel like they're under pressure at any stage. They're not really being pressurised that much, if that's the right word.
Yeah, there's not much, doesn't seem to be much. I don't know if urgency is the right word, but there's not much pace in their attack. They're kind of happy just to work around and kind of pick off the scores as they see fit. I suppose out of that 2-9, 2-3 or 2-4 that could have even came off the DKIT kick out. So that press on the kick out has great joy for them, and they'll be looking to continue that now into the second half.
Here come DKIT. And of course it's that man Mooney again, and the referee has his hand up. That's a really decent effort if he's got that over the bar, but it's gone to the left, but he will get another chance at it. I suppose, you know, we don't know about Aaron O'Neill. I mean, he could be injured. He could be, you know, but such a huge blow. But certainly Eamon McEnany, the manager, before the game, he didn't mention him directly, but he mentioned to me that county commitments, shall we say, have got in the way of his team selection. He didn't refer to anyone in particular, but then we found out that Aaron was out. And I know it has to be said, you know, that Armagh, shall we say, have not had many, if any, players over the last few years at inter-county level on the inter-county panel who have also been playing Sigerson.
Yeah,
So
these boys rat so much that it's a balancing act the whole time. They're getting pulled for everything, so it's all about balancing.
Well, usually there's a bit of give and take, though, you know, but it doesn't seem like there's any there at the minute. But maybe somebody will correct me on that. But that seems to be the case over the last few years with the Armagh situation in particular. Now, it is DKIT, and now they take a lot of players from South Armagh as well as Louth, Monaghan, that sort of area. And to be fair, he did play last week, so I don't know why he could play last week and not this week. But anyway, here's a chance now for DKIT, and it's blocked at the last. And they really needed that to go in there. That would have been a great lift for them just before half-time. And I think that was Ryan Burke who got in the block. And he was one of the lads who won a fresher a few years ago, a fresher All-Ireland. So I think it was him who got in the way there. The full-back, yeah.
Ryan Burke, he'd be a Tigers defender now. He wouldn't give up too many yards too easy. So,
well, that's 2 goal chances they've had. One went over the bar earlier and that well blocked. So they've kept out the goals. 7 points in it. But this is a good spell for DKIT. They got one a minute ago with Mooney. And he's going to get another one here, you would imagine, because he's on form. But has that gone to the left? No, it's just inside the post. So they have edged themselves back into it just before half-time, giving themselves a bit of hope for the second half. Look at the pace and distance he got on that, but it goes straight to a DKIT player right in the middle of the field, and this is strong running by Jason Duffy. They look intent on going a little bit closer. Will they just take their point? It's Niall McKenna. Goes for his point, doesn't get it, but there's certainly a lot more about them now. Now, is that going to curl in? It's not. Really close from DKIT, and this is a really good spell for them now, but still 6 in it. You feel like they need to keep it to this up to half-time, and they are pressing, and they will go in and say, well, we had a couple of goal chances. If we can keep it tight at the back, we're still in this game. We've still got a chance. So they've got it back from 10 to 6 to their credit. 2-9 to 9. The keeper's got a really good kick in him. Puts it over to the far side, but it's Maynooth on the break. I'd love to see the stats from the kickouts from either side. And this is number 14. That's Finn, the dub. And the effort from distance goes to the left, I think, and goes wide. It does indeed. So coming up to half-time, how would you sum up the first half, Sean Leach?
I suppose, look, Maynooth got the great start. DKIT have kind of come into it small, but they're just chipping away the scores. Maynooth are probably getting scores a bit easier. They're keeping that 5-6 point lead all the time. Every time DKIT get 1 or 2, Maynooth seem to go up and get maybe one or 2, and maybe that bit easier. So if DKIT can get maybe 1 or 2 more points before half time, they'll be delighted.
Absolutely. And then it'll mean the first 10 minutes of the second half will be crucial. I mean, Maynooth will come out wanting to put the game to bed, but if DKIT can get a good start of the second half, then we'll really have an interesting finish here. But so far, you would have to say that Maynooth have been, by some distance, the better team. And the really worrying part for DKIT is how they get through in positions like this. They have a lot of good forwards. They can take good scores. They can take the goals. They can take the 2-pointers as well with this man. So they have that threat going forward. You always feel that they're more likely to get a goal than DKIT, but as I say, that can change. And we are following the play here now, coming up to the break, and it is Conor Gray. Or no, is it? Yeah, it is. I'm now confusing myself on those numbers. Yeah, he was to wear 9, but he's wearing 8. But they're both, I'll just say they're a Dunshaughlin midfielder, because they're both from Dunshaughlin. That'll work. They're going to try and get it out to another Dunshaughlin man, the number 10 there, Conor Duke, and they do get it to him. He's got a good left foot, and he's got a perfect angle there. And has he pulled that, or has he got that one over? It's wide. So Maynooth have dropped a little bit here, haven't they, the last few minutes? That's a few wides.
Yeah, a few wides now the last while. They'll be looking to to work on that. I'd say that's be something Aidan be saying at half time, just to maybe work it into better shooting opportunities.
Yeah, they got themselves into a great position there, being 10 points up, and earlier they were 9 points up, but every time DKIT managed to peg them back, and that's what they've done, and they've won this as well. So they've won a ball from a kick out on the break, and this is good from Jason Duffy, and was allowed to go as well, the solo and go I think it was. So he certainly moved it quickly, and that's good as well. And there's Mooney, number 14, but he's not staying in there on the edge of the square, and that's great play by him. This is brilliant play by the team, and this is Butterley going forward. There's a goal chance here for Mooney, but it's grabbed away by Jimmy Harris at the last moment there. They looked intent on getting right through the middle and getting a goal there, and they just didn't get it. And Maynooth held out, but their defence deserves a lot of credit if you consider the block earlier from Ryan Burke and then that interception, Sean.
Yeah, great scramble defence there from Maynooth. It was a great break there by DKIT coming from the kick out again. That seems to be the team of the game. Whoever's winning the breaks seems to get a quick counter, and they're getting into those scoring opportunities.
They're still dangerous, and they've got the ball again. And I wonder, can they get a chance now? Mooney's actually in an advanced position. That's who they're looking for. But can he get it? He gets a toe to it. And a lot of Maynooth defenders getting back. Now, DKIT will be happy here to get anything from this and add a time at the end of the half. But that solo has just gone away from him. And Maynooth have got it back. And it's their number 7, Kieran Daly from Carlstown, Kinnegad. Westmeath man like yourself, Sean.
Yeah, I would have had a few battles with Kieran over the year at club level.
Yeah.
So, bit of a local rivalry there with the club. So,
what's your club?
Clucan.
Oh, so you're near there?
Yeah, right, 10 minutes away or even less, right beside him. So,
we like Carlstown, Kinnegad. We go there many times for games involving ladies football clubs and counties. It's a good wee spot. But here now in Maynooth, let's look at a couple of highlights from the first half. Well, this was a bit of a gift. The first goal of the game for Maynooth, punishing the kick out. And they got another one. It must have only been about 60, 90 seconds later, and it was Connor Duke. No saving that one. And they get a couple of nice points as well. And a 2-pointer. Is this a 2-pointer? I think it maybe is. And it's Connor Gray, not Charlie O'Connor, yeah?
No, that was Charlie O'Connor.
That was Charlie O'Connor, yeah. If they meant to confuse us, they really have with their midfielders. And there's another effort from Harris, but that goes wide. But DKIT had a few nice moments of their own. And, they have scored 9 times, and they've been knocking on the door for a goal as well, so they have some encouragement at half-time from their first half performance to go into the second half. They're 6 down, but they're not out of it. Yeah, there's the one I was talking about. Or no, that was the one from closer in. So at half-time, 6 points in it. We're going to leave it there and be back at the start of the second half. Welcome back for the second half then. As the rugby ball just spins past me again onto the pitch here. 10 minutes left in Galway and Dangan, and ATU Galway 2-15, MTU Kerry 11 points. That's the latest we have from there, so it looks like they're through here. There's 6 points in it for the home side, the men in teal green. And the midfielder there, number 8, Conor Gray, about to go up against Pierce Blessing. The referee Ian Howley puts it in there, and off we go at the start of the second half, and indeed it is Gray. So Maynooth playing from right to left down towards the college end, and they had that useful lead. This first 10 minutes of the second half could be telling, though. If they can extend their lead, they could put the game to bed. But DKIT, if they can get a score or even a goal, they could make this really interesting and put it up to Maynooth. And of course, as a neutral, you'd like to see a good, exciting finish, but there's a chance here. Now, is that going to curl in? It's not. That was from Owen Freehan, the captain, and he just didn't get it. There was a few at the end of the first half that they missed like that as well down the other end. So they have had a lot of chances in this game, but at the minute there is 6 in it, and it doesn't really, Sean Leach, feel like a really comfortable 6 minutes or 6 points, does it?
Yeah, no, especially as I said last time there, that wind has picked up a small bit, so if any wind that there is favouring DKIT.
And this man is terrific. If he can use the wind and put 1 or 2 over and get even a 2-pointer, Stephen Mooney, that's a brilliant effort. If it can go over, it doesn't, just goes to the left. But he's the main man for them, isn't he?
Yeah, everything seems to be going through him there in the first half especially, so we'll see if that will continue now for the second half.
I see a 21 there.
That's Harry Plunkett.
That's for you, yeah, that's Harry Plunkett. He's in, that's not a big surprise. As we were saying earlier, he came on as a sub up in Belfast against St Mary's and scored 5 points. And well capable of a 2-pointer as well. So he is in the play. Or is he actually? No, hold on. Is there 2 21s on there? I spotted a 21 for DKIT. Is that going over? Oh, it's just drifting to the left. Missed opportunities on both sides. Yeah, the DKIT 21 is in. That's what I was thinking of. So for them, Ewan Crossan is in. Did you see is Harry on as
Harry
well?
Plunkett, yeah, he was the far side there.
All right, so there you go. 2
22.
21s. And 22 is
22,
it?
yeah, 22.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
He's 22, just to be clear, for Maynooth. And the 21 for DKIT is Crossan, who gets the ball now. So a couple of subs at least at half-time, and off goes Crossan. But not able to make progress, so just gives it back out to Pierce Blessing from Crossmidlane Rangers. Now waiting for the run off the shoulder, and it comes in then a nice little combination there, getting it to Oisin McGorman. He's a super player as well, and he's showing that right now, and this would be a really good score for them, and it is a good score. First score of the second half goes to DKIT, and they needed that to get back to 5 points, and lovely play, did most of it himself there, patient play, and then good work by McGorman.
Yeah, good start there for DKIT. They'll be happy enough with that.
Absolutely. Now let's look at these kickouts on the break, probably, and indeed on the break, and it's Mooney again for DKIT, snatching it away and giving it back to Ryan Duffy. Now they can get a bit of momentum here. They can get this back. They scored 9 points in the first half, so they have no problem with scoring points, most of them from Stephen Mooney. And if they can keep picking off the points, now he's going for that for a serious distance, but it's going to drop easily into the goalkeeper's arms. But there must have been a foul out there, was there? Because they've stopped and the referee is walking back sort of to the left half forward position, so there must have been a foul out there. But yeah, they're up in the game in the first few minutes of the second half. DKIT looking to get back into this game. The winners go into the quarterfinals of the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. 4 teams in there already. And of course they, oh hold on, is he going for that, Mooney? No, brings it back, probably sensible, but the referee's blown again. I think he gave advantage again, and it is another free for them. Yeah, looking at the draw there, if they get through, Maynooth probably can't play UCD again, and probably, you played a team already. I don't
yeah,
think
in
that
previous
can
years, I think that's how it's worked. So
yeah, so if they get through, they'd get UL, TUD, or UCC. Both long way off. 5-point lead, and Stephen Mooney looking to bring it back to 4.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls now for Maynooth now in the second half, so they'd want to watch that now.
But there's sort of fouls from a sort of a distance, you would imagine. It's not just sort of outside the scoring zone, although Mooney might prove me wrong here if he can get that over. Oh, and he just doesn't. The keeper just manages to keep that down, and that probably would have been a 2-pointer. I'm not at the height to see exactly where the arc is, but I imagine that was pretty near it at least, and very, very close. And a 2-pointer there, of course, would have brought it right back to a 3-point game for the first time in a long time. But Maynooth surviving and now looking to build from the back on their own, giving it through the hands, but good pressure from DKIT. And you're getting the sense, aren't you, that they feel there's something in this game, and they're... Let's watch this one again here for a minute, just see exactly how close it was. That close. Came off the bar, actually, first and then the post. So a bit fortunate for Maynooth. That might be another foul, you know, and Mooney tries it with his left, but again, it's going to be brought back, and that's another foul. That's 4, more or less, in the same sort of area. So
Yeah,
they're struggling a bit here to hold on to DKIT, aren't they?
Yeah, DKIT have really upped the intensity now in the second half, and they're getting the rewards. Hopefully Mooney will be hoping he can add to the scores here now.
Well, he definitely will now, because it's been brought forward. A disciplinary issue, I presume. Full time, I'm told by Fergal, and it's ATU Galway 219, MTU Kerry 13 points. So MTU Kerry exit the competition. We're down to 9 teams, and ATU, or University of Galway, are through to the quarterfinals. Owen Colleran from Roscommon with 1-5. Thank you for that. So they're through. MTU Kerry gone. 2 more games tomorrow night. Ulster University against Queens, and ATU Galway against DCU at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. The other one at 7:30, and we will be live streaming that one for you. Back here in Maynooth then, we're back to a 4-point game, and that's quite an achievement for DKIT, considering they were 10 points down about 5 or 6 minutes to go, I think it was, to half time. But now Maynooth counter-attacking, and lots of DKIT men trying to get back. Now Duke, he's a good left foot him, but he's not going to go from there. In fact, I think they're maybe wise to him now and trying to keep him off that side. They get it back out, and this is Charlie O'Connor. Duke again though, a little bit of room, but maybe just outside an area where he might be comfortable. So they're going to come all the way back out again to O'Connor, and he looked to move the ball, but there aren't that many options across the pitch. That's why he's turned and come back. He'll try this side again with Owen Cully. Cully, I think it was him who got the very first score of the game that started it, and if you remember it, they scored 3 points and then added 2 goals to go 9-0 up. So DKIT, to their credit, have come right back into this game, but there's a chance here maybe for Maynooth. DKIT seem a lot tighter and a lot more organised defensively than they were at the start of the game, and they have stolen it back as well. That's really good play by them. So they prevented Maynooth from even getting a shot, and indeed Maynooth have not scored yet in this half. And DKIT starting to grow in confidence, I would presume, but that's been stolen away really well. Crossan looking to get there, but instead Maynooth's number 12, Luke Killian, nipped in, and now it's they who get a free. And it's Charlie O'Connor who is hoping to get it moved forward a little bit, but I don't think it will be. Although the referee has his book out and is certainly noting something in it. But a chance here now for Maynooth. Would you be a little bit concerned, Sean, that they haven't scored or even come pretty close to scoring in this half?
Yeah, the momentum seems to be with DKIT, and Dundalk seem to be a bit better set up now in the second half defensively, so be a small bit worried now.
But as we say that goes inside the post from Aaron Brown. So they do get their first score off the second half and stretch the lead again to 5. Now from the kick out, it's Cian Mulligan. Gets good distance on it. In fact, it's a terrific kick all the way out to the far side there, and cleanly taken as well. And he tries to deliver it quickly, but the referee is going to make him go back. And it's their number 10, John Joe Hughes. You can hardly see the dugouts over on that far side. It's quite dark over there. So they get the ball again, DKIT. They made a good start to the second half, but at points just stretched the lead again. But they do not look deterred by that. Crossan again. Came on at half time. I'm sure we'll see another few subs in the next 5 or 6 minutes. The goalkeepers come up, you see there in the shot. Cian Mulligan, and he did score 1-2 against TUS Midlands. don't know if it was from play. He scored a 45 definitely, which went straight to the net, or maybe got a touch, but it was his goal, certainly credited to him, so maybe it didn't get a touch. That would make sense. And that is well to the left. I'm not sure he was shooting or passing there, but it's gone harmlessly wide from a Maynooth point of view. So their goalkeeper, Cian Burke, will come out and probably look just for the big guys in the middle. Now, the two big guys have gone to separate sides, and it hasn't gone towards either of them, actually. And instead it was knocked down really, really well by their captain, Owen Frayne. And now a chance for Maynooth to get another score and just restore their 6-point lead. 22 is Harry Plunkett. Awfully man from Tullamore, but was that over carrying decision? I think it was. So DKIT get it again. That's really a good up and down game. One team attacks and then the other, and obviously players getting a little bit tired out there. You just feel that there's something big in this game here, and the next 5 or 6 minutes could be really important. DKIT knocking on the door all the time, and if they can get through, now there hasn't been a goal threat in the second half, but they've just done enough to keep themselves in this game, to give themselves a chance going into the last quarter or so. Number 5 is Oisin McGorman, and they know that they have to do something here in the next 20 minutes or so, or they are going out of the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. And they've created a little bit of room here for Pierce Blessing. Fancies it, but it goes well to the right, and they have not been taking their chances in the last few minutes. And now we will have a substitution for DKIT, and their number 4 has gone off. That's Craig Callanan, and I'm just trying to see who's coming on to see the number on the back from here. He hasn't turned around just yet, but definitely a change for DKIT. Now he goes 30. 30 is on for DKIT, and that is Tig McDonald from RD. Keeper gets a good boot on it. And on the break, it's Maynooth winning it again. I think it's Plunkett again. Feeds it back out. Number 7 is Kieran Daly. 12 is Luke Killian from Salins in Kildare, and they've men coming up to support him. A few angled runs as well. They get it to Frayne. This is Killian again. They trying to create a bit of room. This is a man who scored their only score so far in the second half, and he lays it off really nicely into the path there of Des Cahill from Shandonna in Westmeath, and that's a really nice score. You watch it again here, and he just took off, didn't he? Saw a bit of space there and put it over nicely.
Yeah, great line break there from Scattle. He's a very quick player, so he'll be looking to do that again.
So they've only really had a couple of chances, and they've taken both of them in this half. They haven't really turned on the pressure in this second half, but they've done enough. We'll be happy to get their 6-point lead again after it got back to 4. DKIT have had a lot of the possession, but they'll be a little bit disappointed. They put a few bad wides up at the other end. They didn't really take their chances and didn't make that possession pay. And now Maynooth, maybe they've weathered a little bit of a storm there. It's Aaron Brown again, and you knew he wanted to get on that right foot. You could see what he was doing, but he just put it to the right and wide. That for a 7-point lead, but doesn't take it, doesn't get it. It's one of those games, it's a strange one, Sean. You always, or often seem to think that Maynooth are just going to pull away here, and they tease you. They get a good distance, but then DKIT come back into it.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing to note is the game has seemed to open up a small bit there. Both teams are starting to get into the pockets and starting to get shots off.
Do you feel it could go either way at the minute, though?
Definitely, yeah. DKIT had their bespoke of purple patches in the first half. They probably got the purple patch in the second half, and maybe it has finished now, but they'll be looking to get another one here again.
Yeah, but they can't be comfortable. I mean, DKIT have shown they've had a few goal chances. There's maybe a sting in the tail. I mean, they're going out of the competition if they don't do something here. So they're going to really push here as we're coming up to the last quarter. And they've shown a lot of ability, especially if they can get it to Stephen Mooney and get a few scores from him or off him. And this fella's good as well. Oisin McGorman, and he's through now. There might even be a goal chance here, and he's brought down. Now, what is a referee going to give for this one? It looked like a rather crude challenge. He is dangerous and has got through for a point. at the start of the half, and he's appealing there. Now, the referee's going to his linesperson here. Is this possibly a penalty? Sean, where is that line? I can't see the line from here exactly.
It looks to be just outside, but it would be interesting to see what colour card now he's going to give.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he certainly got the book. So this could be a turning point in this game. I was saying there might be a sting in the tail. As I say, 3/4 mark. This could be very important for the rest of this game. Oisin McGorman's in there, and he's trying to look to see himself what colour it is. Now they're speaking to Brian O'Halloran, the Meath cornerback, who would have been on the team last year. Is it him who's getting the card? Or is it the fullback? Or is it the midfielder? I'm not quite sure. Taking his time here, and then the decision, the yellow card, and that is for Brian O'Halloran, and it is a free in, and I'd say Maynooth are breathing a bit of a sigh of relief there.
Yeah, it was a big goal scoring opportunity there if he wasn't taken down, so they'll be relieved that has passed.
Look at it again here. Yeah, there was definitely the threat there. Actually, it was a number 3. It wasn't 4 at all. It wasn't O'Halloran, it was Ryan Burke. Was the yellow card maybe for Burke? Didn't look like it.
Yeah, it looked like the ref gave it to O'Halloran, but it looked like that was number 3, Ryan Burke anyway, that definitely fouled him.
But either way, I mean, you could have been down a man and it could have been a goal, could have been a penalty. It was close to it. So, you know, you've still got 15 and it was only a point. So I'd say from a Maynooth point of view, that's as good as you could have got out of that scenario. Let's put it like that. Is there a substitution be made? There is for Maynooth. So what's that? 13, 15 maybe?
Owen Frayne gone off, I think.
Yeah, it is 13. Yeah, well, it's over that far side. It's very dark over there. I can't see. But so he's gone off.
Shane Walsh, number 23's come on, I think.
Good man. Yeah, Roscommon man from Oran. And on the break, Maynooth win it. And that's beautifully played and quickly played as well. And they get it to the right man. They get it to Connor Duke. And he's a flyer. And he's usually got a good finish. And he went to put it into what he thought was an empty net. But the goalkeeper got back.
Yeah, Keane did well to get back there. He was off his line. He'll blow a sigh of relief there that he got back for that one.
Absolutely. So 2-11 now plays 12. So back to 4 in it. Could have been worse, as I say, for Maynooth, but they might even get it here, and they do. They steal it back again. That was a little bit slack, and it's Charlie O'Connor getting it again. Aaron Brown now belts it over to the far side and stretches DKIT and makes him run, and they'll be getting a little bit tired now. Maybe they'll try to get a few subs on. Maynooth forwards getting out in front, and they're just keeping them at distance, but that's given away. That's slack from their point of view, and it's Connor Clark for DKIT, the number 2, who got it and got in there. 4th year at the college from Dreadnoughts Club in Louth, and the counter-attack prevented from happening there, and he's looking like he's going to need a little bit of treatment there.
Yeah, a few mistakes starting to come into the game now, so
yeah,
players probably getting tired out there.
It's a strange sort of a game, as I say. There's a gap between the teams. It's been bigger, but it's back at that sort of tantalising 5 point. Is it 5 or 4? It's 4. 5? No, it's 5. 2-11 to 12. Yeah, it's 5. I counted that wrong. But yeah, it's sort of tantalising. You're sort of thinking DKIT coming close. Will they get maybe a goal to get right back in this, or will it be too late? But they've plenty of time yet. But Maynooth always capable of getting it up and getting a few scores. Now, centre half back and forward is Ryan Duffy. Support is there. Again, they'll be looking for Mooney, but it's crossing at the minute. I think maybe at half time, Maynooth went in and said, we've got to be closer on Mooney. They've kept him relatively quiet in the second half. Right, number 30 is Tig McDonald, who came on as a sub. So the Trench Cup champions from last year, they've secured Sigerson Cup status next year. But they'd love to get to the quarterfinals. It would be a huge achievement for them, especially without Aaron O'Neill. And here is Mooney. He can go either side, but he prefers the right side. But now he's on the left, and you can tell that Maynooth are getting 2 or 3 players around him every time. He was a danger man in the first half, but he's still causing trouble in there, and he's gone to ground, actually, up ahead. And the referee has given a free in, and DKIT have forced a lot of fouls, shall we say, in this area of the pitch for some reason. And maybe it wasn't Mooney who went to the ground over to the right there. Maybe it's him over taking the kick. I think it is. But a chance here, and this is definitely within range for him.
Yeah, I see Tyke McDonald on there as well. He was key to Louth's Leinster under-20 success last year, so it'd be interesting to see what he can bring to the game here. Add a bit of pace to it, maybe chip off 1 or 2 scores.
Absolutely. But this could be very, very important in the last 10 minutes of this game now for DKIT, if he can get this over. And I think that is over, and it is comfortably enough. Gets it back to a 4-point game again.
DKIT will be happy with that now if they bring it down to the last 7 or 8 minutes with 2 kicks of the ball in it. With the new rules, with the 2-pointers, anything can happen then.
Exactly, good point that. I don't think they've had a 2-pointer yet though, do they? Have they? I think there's just been the one, and it's been for Maynooth, but you never know. In the last 10 minutes when it comes down to it, boys will take a risk and they'll go for it, and the likes of Mooney will be capable. Although he seems to get closer to goal, they try to get through the middle, and then if they don't, he takes a point.
Yeah, he seems to like to take men on and get in that bit closer to goal.
We'll see. Plenty of height on that one. Looking for the big guys, and the big guy does well, and it was Charlie O'Connor, I think, but DKIT actually grabbed it, and it was John Joe Hughes who won it on the break, stole it away from them really, and now Oisin McGorman, who has been dangerous. He was the man brought down a few minutes ago. They're trying to get in behind again, and it's gone out for a 45 for DKIT. I don't see them bringing...
He's up there
Oh,
already.
he is there.
Jerome.
I was looking to see were they going to bring the goalkeeper up, and he wasn't there. He's already up there, as you can see, in the blue jersey and the yellow at the top, and he's front centre. He wants to take this one here.
Kicked one for Monaghan in the McKenna Cup final, I think, as well, so he's well capable of this.
Absolutely. Actually, he's not taking it. Mooney's taking it. Yeah, Mooney's going to put this one down. And he's Monaghan as well, captain of the team, showing a bit of leadership here. So this to bring it back to 3. And it's been a long time since it was 3 in it, wasn't it? Long time.
If ever.
Maybe just at the start of
yeah,
the game. It was 3-0
yeah,
just
yeah.
before the 2 goals. It was 3, so yeah, a long time. So this would set up a really interesting finish. So Stephen Mooney, the captain of DKIT, to bring it back to a 3-point game. A big ask him at 45, but he's capable. He hasn't got it. And those kicks are always difficult in these sort of conditions this time of year, to be fair. And he doesn't get it, but DKIT now need to get players back as quickly as they can, because Maynooth could hit them on the counter. It's all about hard work at this stage. They're getting the fresh legs on. They're trying their best here, but it's Maynooth, I wouldn't say hanging on, Sean, but you know, they're not comfortable.
Yeah, they'd be happy now that it's stayed at 2 scores, that it hasn't gone to that 3 points in 1 score.
And that's Plunkett been fouled, so that relieves the pressure a little bit as well. It just forces DKIT back, and he gets a little give and go and gives it inside. They've got Offaly management and an Offaly player in Harry Plunkett. Number 4 is O'Halloran. 23, there is Shane Walsh, Roscommon man. And DKIT have sat in there. There was a run from Charlie O'Connor, who went into full forward and then made a run out, but they've now got 3 players in and around there trying to create some room, but they're just happy at the minute, I'd say, to keep possession, and that'll eat down the clock. And as long as he can keep it away from DKIT, and if they can get a score here, it would be a bonus. They're just trying to own the ball and just manage the game, and they're doing that at the minute. And it's Scahill rather, and off he goes. That's a great run on by him. Now they could get a score, but referee says throw ball, so a free to DKIT, and their number 32 McDonald looks to get on the ball quickly. There's certainly urgency about them now, and he gives a nice ball inside as well to Jason Duffy. DKIT's number 29, Bobby Butterley. He's been on since the start of the game. Now it's the goalkeeper, and Cian Mulligan. Oh, he fancied it, and as I said, they have to take risks, but that was well to the left. Obviously, he was going for a 2-pointer, but 6 minutes to go. They still have time, but that was a bit of a wasted opportunity. There was other lads looking for a shorter ball there. Nervy at all, Sean?
Maybe a small bit now, yeah. Jerome, definitely. Maynooth could do with chipping on 1 or 2 more scores just for a bit of security here.
Yeah, and if there's a 2-pointer goes on, then you really will be a little bit nervy, but they get it. The big lads in the middle of the field do the job again, and the runners as well. This is terrific. And it's Brown involved, and O'Connor again, and this should be a score for Brown at the end of it. They just keep doing enough to keep them at distance, don't they?
Yeah, definitely good score there from Aaron Brown. Keeper's off his line again. There's probably a goal opportunity there again, maybe, if they spotted it earlier.
But a good response to go 5 points up again, and I'm now getting the feeling that maybe this isn't just going to happen for DKIT. They needed a wee bit of magic there, a wee bit of inspiration, and they've put 2 or 3. The 45 didn't go over, and the opportunity from the goalkeeper, there was 2 earlier, went pretty well wide on either side. They just haven't really had enough quality or big moments in the second half to really lift this game and really threaten. Now they've 2 changes for Maynooth, so 15 and 7 have gone off, so Cully and Daly have gone off. And did you spot who's gone on?
I think that's Scattle number 5 actually gone off.
Oh, you're right, okay.
2 wing backs.
Oh yeah, I thought it was 15. It was 5.
Sean Green is definitely on for Maynooth anyway.
Okay, Sean Green 19, Leishman, and they get it more importantly from possession, from the kick out, so they have possession here in Maynooth, so this is a good little spell here.
Jake Darcy then number 27, he's the other substitution in.
Good spot, yeah.
From Laois.
Yeah, he's Laois as well. So 2 men in fresh legs for Maynooth at the end of this game to try and see it out, and you sort of feel that, as I say, that DKIT haven't had a special moment to drag themselves into it, and Maynooth have made it even worse for them by going up and getting a score just to press ahead. So it could have been back to 3 or even to 2, and now it's out to 5. So maybe Maynooth have just done enough.
Yeah, those last 2 or 3 wides for DKIT might have taken the wind out of their sails a small bit, and Maynooth chipping on a score or 2 just had that bit of security.
This is a good run, and this could really finish the job. Yes, it does indeed. That's a really good score to put it out to 6. And it's Maynooth's number 10, of course, Conor Duke, who got the goal in the first half, and a good finish there from a point to put it out to 6. So you'd imagine that'll be just about it to put Maynooth into the quarterfinals. They were in the quarters last year as well, lost to Ulster University, and the semis the year before. A change for DKIT, and their number 10, John Joe Hughes, has gone off. So they've thrown somebody in to the full forward line. Obviously someone they think could maybe grab a late goal. So they've made a positional change. So can't see the number who went in there, but they've thrown a sub in.
Sean Emmanuel's in for Maynooth here as well, I see.
Oh, good spot. Yeah, number 21, Meath man. So a lot of changes right at the end here. Last throws of the dice from both sides. But maybe just too late for DKIT. And I suppose, Sean, they just have never been able to get a goal or even really threaten a goal. And that's been crucial. It's hard to know from a Maynooth point of view, to be honest, how good they are here. They've done enough tonight.
Yeah, they'll probably be disappointed. They've probably racked up a lot of wides there in this game. And that'll have to be something to work on for the quarter-final if they're going to have a say in this championship.
DKIT have it right in front of us. Ewan Crossan takes it quickly. Real urgency about them now. He did well to battle there to get that decision. But we've been waiting all day to see if there's something special, or if they can get even a lucky break. They take either a nice little drop at the shoulder there. He's going for a 2-pointer, and that's gone to the right though, and that's another wide from DKIT, and it just doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, you imagine now if Maynooth get their hands on the ball, they'll try and run down the clock a small bit here now to the end of this game.
So those 2 goals in a minute in the first half have turned out to be the difference between the teams, and they could have had another one right after it. And I guess, you could look at it as well and said that maybe Aaron O'Neill would have been a huge factor in this game, and not saying he would have been a 6-point difference, but he would have been a man maybe who might have been able to supply that wee bit of something special, a wee bit of magic, to just draw them into it and just change the momentum of the game.
Definitely, yeah.
But instead, it's Maynooth happy to pump it down into the corner. It was O'Connor putting it in there. That's exactly where they want it. Now it comes out to Conor Gray. And look, they're just belting the ball around now at will, and they're looking like they're going to see this game out. And that was their number 27. That was Jake Darcy there. He felt that one, but he'd be okay. And Brian O'Halloran, the number 4 up there. 23 on it now is Shane Walsh. And that's a free in as well. So they are just about there, Maynooth. So it's a strange sort of a game, as I say. It looks like they're going to get over the line without any real drama. And they'll be happy enough with that, Maynooth. Card as well shown. So just to remind you, tomorrow night, the Bell Classico, Ulster University against Queens up in Jordanstown. 7:30 tomorrow night, that game. Maynooth just taking their time. He's just outside the arc. As I say, I'm at ground level, so I don't really see it too clearly, but I can see it here, and you can see it on the shot from the camera, which is higher than me. So they don't need this, but it could be their second 2-pointer of the game, just to finish the job. And he doesn't. A little chip forwards, and that's not going to do into the goalkeeper's arms. Cian Mulligan takes that one quickly. Now, if he can move this up the field, they might get some joy here. But we are on added time. Now, there will be maybe a couple of minutes, maybe 3 at the most. But early now for DKIT, who, as I say, you feel a little bit sorry for them. Their preparation's obviously hampered, and you can imagine the disappointment in the camp when they realise that Aaron O'Neill isn't playing tonight. But they put up a decent showing, but never really got close enough. 9 points down early on, and really hard to come back from that. And they did come back from it, but not enough to really put this game in any doubt. And that looks like a free out, and it is a free out for Maynooth, who are 6 points up now. As I say, that those 2 goals, and then they had a great chance of a third they didn't take, so they could even have been about 12 up. But DKIT actually are going to snatch that one away with Jason Duffy. A lot of these lads have been on a journey with this team, 3 Trench Cup finals, and now they're in the Sigerson. Oh, so unlucky, crashes it off the post. And he can't believe it himself. Well, if they were ever going to come back, they needed something special, and it just hasn't happened. That's obviously the closest they've come. That would have put it back to a 3-point game, and then you never know, but so unlucky. And Maynooth survive, and they win it back as well. And they've always been very good on the counter, and off they go on the counter again, and that free will suit them right down to the ground. Let's have another look at this. This is Mooney. Gets inside, and a great effort from the captain. Really, really good effort. And as I say, boys like him have been on a journey with DKIT over the last few years. He ended up winning the trench down in Kerry last year. So they earned the right to play in the Sigerson, and they won a game last week against TUS Midlands, which means they will be at Sigerson level again next year. So that is something for them at least. They're not going back down again. And they've acquitted themselves quite well here after losing their star man, or one of their star men, Aaron O'Neill. This Maynooth team are going to go into the quarterfinals of the 2026 Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. Aaron Brown, who's had a very good game for them. Shane Walsh now, another big fella. And they have had successes in recent years at fresher level, and now knocking on the door again, Sigerson. It would be 2 quarterfinals in a row, and a semi-final the previous year, so 3 quarterfinals in a row, of course. And then it all depends on if they can get through that, the draw to be made later in the week. So University of Galway also won tonight, and Maynooth going through, and that is finishing the job rather nicely and makes it a 7-point game, and that should be just about that. So we're going to go down to 10 teams left. So Maynooth and University of Galway safely through to the quarterfinals, and already there, of course, UL, TUD, UCC and UCD, and then it's down to the 2 games tomorrow night to see who else is where. Oh, there's a lot of room here for the DKIT substitute, surprisingly enough, but he still can't get a goal. And it was a number 26 actually, Jeremy Riley, who had the chance, but I think it was maybe the legs or the boot of a defender there had gotten away. So 2 goal chances right at the end, but even then, when it seems like it's too late, they still can't get a goal, and Maynooth have managed to keep them out, and I think they're going to get the whole way without conceding a goal in this game. So job done, I think, and it is job done for Maynooth, who go through to the quarterfinals for the 3rd year in a row of the Electric Ireland Sigerson Cup. They've won this round 3 game against DKIT without too much trauma or difficulty, and they will go into the hat for the last 8 when it is made in a few days' time. Two more round 3 games tomorrow night. But Sean Leach, you played for Maynooth in the first day up at St Mary's. What did you make of their performance here tonight compared to the last 2 games, maybe?
I suppose maybe a small bit of a slower game here today. Probably found it a bit harder to get scores today, even though we probably did have a good spread of scores compared to DKIT. They were probably heavily reliant on Mooney for scores, but Maynooth have lots to work on, definitely. Lots of wides there. That will be something they have to improve on now for the quarter final.
And just finally, I should have told you this is your debut here tonight, but I'm going to spring this on you now. We usually sort of discuss player of the match or who would be contenders from both teams. I mean, obviously Stephen Mooney for DKIT would have been their main man there tonight, but who else would you have picked out for special mention?
Connor Duke, I suppose. He had a good few line breaks and he chipped on a few scores there. Jimmy Harris then, James Harris, number 6 for Maynooth, he was fairly solid in the back line. And Ryan Burke then as well, he had a few blocks there early in the first half that probably saved Maynooth a few scores as well. So
I pick out Rob Fitz as well, number 2.
Yeah, Rob Fitz,
really solid at the back.
Yeah, Tigers defender Rob now. Always hard to get away from if you're marking him a training or anything like that.
And the 3 Dunshaughlin lads there, when you think about it, Charlie O'Connor, Conor Gray and Conor Duke, I mean, they're central to this team here.
Yeah, definitely, especially under kickouts there. They're 3 massive men there, so there are 3 options for kickouts is always a great positive to have out around the middle of the field. Right,
so you never know. Exactly 50 years from the only time that the Sigerson Cup came to Maynooth when they won it as St Patrick's College, and they have commemorated that on the sleeve of the jerseys that they're wearing here tonight. They beat UCD in that final in 1976 in Croke Park, so who knows, maybe, just maybe, they'll go all the way. They're certainly through to the quarterfinals, so job done here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with another live stream, Ulster University against Queen's, the Bell Classico. See you then, but for now, from Maynooth, it's goodbye.